how to win with this program. Number one, be prepared to test several new videos to crack a niche. Again, we're going to show you exactly how to do that. But if the first video doesn't work, even the second or even the third, you're going to have to keep testing. When we cracked specific niches, it took us multiple videos in order to make it work. And on TikTok, the number one thing is the creative, the actual video, the hook that you use to bring people in. And we're going to show you how to have a strong hook, how to have a strong creative for your niche, but be prepared to test multiple videos to make that happen. Number two, be prepared to test landing page versus lead ads to get the best costs. We're going to show you again how to do both, but for some niches, lead ads are going to work better. For other niches, landing pages are going to work better. You're going to have to test both. Number three, be prepared for not all clients to have a DMA zone that lines up perfectly with where they want to advertise. This is going to improve over time once geolocation targeting is rolled out across the board to everyone. But for now, one of the biggest limitations of TikTok ads is that you can only target based on DMA zones. Now, DMA zones are areas with multiple zip codes. So depending on where you're running ads, whether it's a New York City DMA zone versus a random DMA zone in Wisconsin, it's going to grab a completely wide variety of different zip codes. And based on which DMA zone you're in or your clients are in, it's going to affect the targeting. And more specifically, it's going to affect certain niches. So for example, if we're working with gyms and you target a DMA zone that's 25 miles, no one's going to drive 25 miles to a gym. Now, if you're working with solar companies, or you are a solar company and you put a radius of 25 miles, you're going to be much more willing to make that work. So with that in mind, once geo-targeting gets rolled out, again, you're going to be the first to know, and we're going to show you how to use it. And once that happens, this no longer will be an issue. But one of the biggest things to keep in mind to win with a program is to note that based on the DMA zone that you're targeting, results will vary. And this will affect some niches more than others. Again, if you're in a niche where you're targeting the whole state or a wider area like mortgage or insurance, then it won't really matter. But if you're in a niche like Cairo or gyms or restaurants, for example, it's going to matter a lot more. And it's only going to work for some DMA zones. The other thing to keep in mind is that TikTok is an interruption-based marketing. Someone is scrolling on TikTok and then they see your ad and then they stop. They're like, oh, wow, I want this. Compared to YouTube and Google, they're searching for something. Maybe they're searching for dentist near me, or maybe they're searching for barbershop near me, or solar company in a specific city. And that means that they have higher intent. So with TikTok, just like Facebook, and just like Instagram, it's interruption-based marketing. They're scrolling, and then they get interrupted with the ad. They're like, oh, wow, I want this. And then they click and they sign up. With that in mind, lead quality is going to be similar to Instagram and Facebook. And unlike Google and YouTube, where people come in and they're pretty warm, just like Facebook, you're going to have to nurture them. And you're going to have to warm them up and get them to a point where they have higher intent. Now, the beautiful part about TikTok, like Facebook, is you can generate a lot of leads, way more so than Google and YouTube, because you're creating the demand. Whereas with YouTube and Google, the demand is what it is. There's going to be X amount of people searching for something in a given city, and there's nothing you could do about it. The amount of people searching is what it is. Whereas with interruption-based marketing, if you land a really good ad with a really good offer, you can get hundreds of people in a city to opt in for your offer immediately. So that's just something to keep in mind. People aren't going to be super bought in or ready to go like an intent-based marketing strategy where you're advertising on YouTube or Google. So with that in mind, leads without nurturing, if you're not nurturing your leads and following up and building a relationship and warming them up, are going to be worthless. And again, the beauty with TikTok is you're going to be able to generate a lot of leads, but it's still going to be kind of like Facebook, where you have to warm them up and nurture them and get them to a point where they actually have higher intent. Next up, DMA zone targeting. Again, we talked about the limitations. I'm not going to keep going too much, but just keep in mind, as soon as we can do geo-targeting, where we essentially say, hey, let's target a specific radius or a specific area or a specific zip code, that's going to make it a lot easier. Again, we talked about niche success variance. Some niches are going to work better than others because of the limited targeting options, but this is going to improve over time. So if you're in a niche like chiro or gym, where people might not want to drive 20 miles to go to a chiro or to a gym, again, the key is to be on the platform and learn from us, so that as soon as geo-targeting comes out, you'll be the first to be able to advertise on TikTok. And by the time that comes out, you'll be ready to onboard clients, compared to every other gym or every other gym marketing agency is going to be just starting to log on to the TikTok platform and just starting to learn, and they're going to be months behind. Whereas you're going to be ready to go as soon as the feature of geo-targeting is ready to go. Now, a lot of people have asked me, are there older people on the platform? We've gotten older people to submit full applications to be able to take out a loan on a mortgage, and put in their credit score, put in what specific loan range they're looking for in the hundreds of thousands. So there's definitely older people on the platform. And the beautiful part about this platform is there's going to be more and more and more and more people joining every single day. So the more that you invest into it now, it's going to have a compound effect, and over time, it's going to get more and more powerful. Next thing that a few of you guys asked me that I wanted to go over before we dive in, do I have to record my own ads? You're going to have to either record your own ads, or if you're working with clients, you're going to have to get them to record their own ads. What I recommend is that you find a proven ad for your vertical and you run it for your all of your clients, same ad, and that way you don't have to take a risk on whether or not they're good at filming ads. Now, we'll show you how to use an actor if you don't feel comfortable, and we'll give you specific swipe files to model step by step. You just have to take the framework, make it your own. Again, we're going to show you how. So yes, you have to record your own ads. If you're working with clients, I would recommend just getting one converting ad for that vertical and just running it for all of your different clients. I would not recommend having them create their own every single time. And that's it. Again, some niches are cracked at this point, some are not. We're going to show you how to make it work for your niche. Your niche doesn't have to be proven yet for this program to be valuable. Again, we just have some pre-proven niches so that we can show you guys, hey, we know what we're doing. We can make it work in multiple different niches, and we're going to be able to make it work in your niche. So if you're in a niche that's been pre-proven, awesome, you have an advantage. Take the swipe files of all the ads, remake them, make them your own, re-record the ads with your own voice. And once you have a converting ad, you're good to go. And if you're in a niche that isn't pre-proven yet, just go through the same exact framework that we used to get those other niches to work, and follow it to make it work for your niche. And that's pretty much it.